Lux Anguis here. You have to sacrifice the lower for the higher. Let me explain. You as an individual have a certain amount of capacities to bear and to work with. And these capacities are, for example, your time, your energy, your awareness. These are I think, the main ones you will have to work with. And it's very important to realize how these capacities has been used so far by you. Your attention, your awareness, your time, your energy. As some of these occupations in those regards are not in alignment to your own highest expression and of your being. I can give you some examples. For example, it could be a routine and it comes directly out of my own life. When you are waking up, what is the first thing you do when you're waking up? Do you take your phone the first thing, or do you take your own journal? In this journal are your goals, for example. Because how you start your day determines how you end it. And it's a very deep lesson that I am recently integrating within my own self. It's to realize, how you start certain things, it's how you end it. So you should actually put in some effort to start things correctly. So I have, in those examples, I have to sacrifice the lower in this moment for the higher. Instead of taking my phone for cheap entertainment in the hand, I should actually take out my notebook and focus on my goals for the higher instead. So you can apply this principle in many aspects of your own life. For example, in eating, what you're eating, does your food bring you closer for where you want to be and where you have to be in your own life? Does your food that you're consuming make you stronger, more lively, more energetic? Or does that just fulfill a lower desire of pleasure and nothing more? You know? So you have in this case, you have to sacrifice the lower foods, junk food, too much sugary and stimulating food for the higher foods, for foods that are more organic, more nourishment, have more minerals and of such in them for your own highest benefit. So, at the end of the day, if you really want, desire, and have the awareness into really improve your overall self, you must sacrifice the lower things that keeps you a certain level for your higher. Because you only have so much capacities to give and to use. And if those capacities that I have talked about are too much occupied with these lower disaligned elements, you cannot maintain, you cannot open up, and you cannot manifest the more higher expression of yourself, of your goals, of your attainment. There must be first space, so you have to sacrifice to make this space, to make room for the new and higher stuff, self, expressions, attainments, and of such. So yeah, I hope this helps. Now consecrate, and we shall see heroes again.